Let me try this another way. Ladies and gentlemen, if you could please take your seats, we will begin the closing ceremony right now. Yes, sir. A good speech should be like a comet, dazzling and gone in the blink of an eye. So I'm going to make this short and sweet. I'd first like to thank you all for joining us here at the closing ceremony for the 2015 Sinquefield Cup. Of course, I'd like to thank the World Chess Hall of Fame for hosting us. If you haven't had a chance to explore the exhibits on the first and second floor, I would definitely recommend seeing those. They're beautiful and full of rich chess history, and I think you'll appreciate and enjoy them. This is the first year for the Grand Chess Tour, and the Sinquefield Cup is the second tournament in that leg. The Grand Chess Tour was developed as a partnership between the London Chess Classic, Norway Chess, and the Sinquefield Cup in order to show what chess could and should be. These three events represent the gold standard in the world of professional level competition, coverage, media attention, and details for the players. Simple things like lighting and temperature. Right? The Grand Chess Tour, as I mentioned, being this partnership, I'm lucky to be joined today by JJ, who actually has a longer name than that, but I can't pronounce it, so we call him JJ. JJ is our partner from Norway Chess, which was a very successful event that occurred earlier in the year in June. And unfortunately, Malcolm Payne is unable to join us. He was here on the front end, and Malcolm is the organizer for London Chess. And Michael Kordakovsky and Gary Kasparov with the Kasparov Chess Foundation really introduced the three of us and started the ball rolling down this path of the Grand Chess Tour. Going to some thanks, of course. The coverage from the Sinquefield Cup this year has to have been the best of any year I've ever seen. The engaging commentary for the live audience by Robert Hasse and Rogers, Ben Feingold, the social media presence and play-by-play action by Alejandro Ramirez, our in-studio audience with Jennifer Shahadi, Maurice Ashley, and Yasser Sarawan, and of course the behind-the-scenes people. You don't realize how many folks it takes to put on an event like this. Spectrum Studios, Fat Chimp, Fleischman Hillard, our PR and marketing firm, all of the vendors, staff, employees at the Chess Club and the World Chess Hall of Fame that made it a big success. A big round of applause to all of you. Thank you. Of course, none of this would mean anything if the media didn't care about it. I'd like to thank the chess media, the local St. Louis media, and the international media that are present here or will be watching this online as well at grandchesstour.com, if I can plug that. The Sinquefield Cup wouldn't be possible without the two individuals responsible for its namesake. Rex and Jeannie Sinquefield saw the vision of what chess could be, of what the future of chess looks like, and they were willing to commit to making St. Louis a huge part of that. So we couldn't have done this without you, Rex and Jeannie. Thank you both very much. And it's my pleasure now to hand the microphone over to Jeannie for a few remarks. Jeannie?
Thank you, Tony. Welcome to St. Louis. Before I introduce Rex, I want to introduce the teams for tomorrow. Ultimate Moves. Can Randy come up over here on our left? Team Randy. Vasilin Topolov, Alexander Grishnas, Wesley So, Magnus Carlsen, Anish Gary, and a small extra person, Gary Kasparov, who will come tomorrow. And Team Rex, winner here, Levon Aronian, Hikaru Nakamura, Fabiano Caruana, Anand. Okay. Now, I did want to talk to this group about the rules for trash talk. I was carefully told there weren't any. No rules, okay. But when my children were small, I had a set of rules. I was not dumb. If they were going to insult me, they had to use 3-syllable words, so I want you to know that I am an imbecile. So this will be a lot of fun. So I hope that Rex has been studying very hard. And Randy here has been sweaty. He'll be sweating all day tomorrow. So let the games begin. And here is my loving husband, Rex.
Thank you, Jeannie. I don't have any 3-syllable words, but I do have a 3-word sentence. You're going down. So I want to echo the thanks to everybody, of course, to Jennifer, Yasser, and Maurice. I sometimes believe that if we didn't have a chess tournament and they commented, everybody in the world would still be watching. And to Randy and all of his crew, and to Tony and the chess staff and Fat Chimp, I saw you guys. You get here early every day. You stay late. You are our operations. You, in fact, are our oxygen, and none of this would have been pulled off as beautifully as it was without your expertise and dedication. So thank you very much. Now, we're lucky that St. Louis has a lot of friends of chess, but the very best friend we have, who's been here for almost every event, is the Honorable Mayor of St. Louis, Francis Slay.
Well, thank you, Rex, and good evening, everyone. I tell you what, this does not get old. Chess in St. Louis does not get old, and I am thrilled as mayor of the city to be standing here this evening, albeit with my back to all of you here, to first of all welcome all the competitors who are with us. I know some of you have been here in the past, others it's their first time in St. Louis, but thank you for treating St. Louis, and the world, of course, to just the best chess in the world right here in the city of St. Louis. We are thrilled to be the chess capital of the United States, and this event and the U.S. championships that are here as well, and a lot of other things that are going on here in St. Louis relative to chess really helps solidify our position in that regard. And what that means for our city is immeasurable in terms of the international exposure that we get, in terms of the prestige that it brings to our city, particularly with talented individuals like all of you here in our city. So I want to thank you for being part of this. Thank you for helping us get the international attention on St. Louis, but also thank you for being part of one of the greatest, if not the greatest, chess tournament anywhere in the world. So we're pleased to have you here. And I want to congratulate Levon Aronian in particular for your success here in St. Louis. We like to think we had something to do with your success here. We think it's the St. Louis hospitality and the great support that we provide to the game and to this tournament as well. So thank you. Congratulations to all of you, and congratulations especially to Levon. And I want to thank the Sinquefields as well, Rex and Jeannie, for their great support for chess, for making chess something that's been just part of our fabric now in the past several years, and really helping St. Louis be recognized internationally as a result. But also for what you do to spread the importance of chess and the popularity of chess, not just here in St. Louis, but all over the United States of America. We are very proud to have you two here in the Chess Club as well. Thank you so much on behalf of the people of St. Louis, and I wish you all the best in your competition tomorrow.
It's funny. One of the questions I get asked a lot by the non-chess media, just general media, is why is this so important? What's so great about this? And I said, it's like having the Super Bowl every night for 2 weeks. But in between, you also get to go out to dinner with all the players and hang out with them and really get to know them and their personalities. I can tell you that there are no better representatives of chess than our superstars that we have up here. So now we enter the phase of the closing ceremony where we discuss some of the logistics. We'll kick off a press conference now. Everyone's welcome to ask questions of the players. And if you have any questions with regards to the Grand Chess Tour itself, JJ and I will be happy to field those. I can tell you that in 2016, the Grand Chess Tour has secured dates for all three of our events: Norway, London, St. Louis. Norway will be April 16th through the 29th. St. Louis will be August 19th through September 2nd. And London is November 3rd through December 13th. So mark your calendars for the next best chess events in the history of the game. November 30th through December 13th. Sorry. Grandmaster Maurice Ashley, who so energetically and ably handled all of the commentary questions that could come his way, is now going to emcee the press conference for us, and we'll be happy to call on you if you have any questions. Maurice?
Thank you. Before I start, Mayor Slay's assistant, JP, when we were introduced, he asked me if I was a good chess player. And so I was like, well, you know, I'm probably not one of the top 10 players in the room. And then I thought about it, and I thought, well, you know what? To paraphrase LeBron James, I'm probably not 11, not 12, not 13, not 14. You throw a rock, and you can hit a gangster in this room. They're everywhere, and it's incredible to see the great chess that has emerged here in St. Louis. So, Rex, I want to thank you for that, Jeannie, all the contributions you've done. But these are the original chess gangsters right here, top 10 players. I'm going to throw out the first question, and then anyone else who has a question may ask. I want to ask, starting with Wesley. So, Wesley, this was your first time on the Grand Chess Tour. I know it wasn't the greatest tournament for you. What's your thoughts on the experience that you had at this tournament?
My thoughts have been all very positive. I am very glad to be here. Thank you to all the people who made it happen. Thank you, Mayor Slay, for attending all the prestigious chess events in St. Louis every year without fail. If I remember correctly, you were also here in April for the U.S. Championships. And, of course, thank you to Rex and Jeannie for making this tournament happen for third time in a row. Well, I'm very glad to be here. So, well, not much to say about my tournament. But it's my first time in the Sinquefield Cup. And hopefully it gets better and better every year. Of course, I'm very happy and proud to be with some of the top players here. And, of course, I'm sitting right now beside the current world champion. So it's a big honor. Not sure what else you want me to say, Maurice. But
Whatever's on your mind, sir.
But thank you for asking.
Does anyone have a question for... I'll then continue with Vishwanathan Anand. Vishy, you basically, this is your first time in St. Louis, first time in the United States in a while. What was your experience playing in this event, although you didn't perform to your lofty standards?
My experience was wonderful. I mean, the hospitality of everyone, especially Rex and Jeannie, but also everyone involved in the organization of the event is perfect. I felt very comfortable. Sometimes the chess doesn't click, but that doesn't really color my experience. And I had a great time here. So, especially this combination, you know, the Hall of Fame, the diner, the club, it makes for a very special atmosphere because you can also bring friends along and things like that. It's a perfect place to play chess, and I enjoyed myself very much.
And we expect to see you back next year.
I hope so.
Fantastic. If I may go to Fabiano Caruana, last year's winner. Fabi, you won 7-0, started 7-0 last year. Your expectations must have been high for this year. It didn't work out. What are your thoughts after the tournament is now over?
Yeah, I mean, it all went wrong from the start for me, but I mean, I still had a good time. I think it was just a great atmosphere. And yeah, I think that the exciting chess is just starting. And last night was great, and tonight I think will be even better.
I think there's an inside joke for those of you who don't know. Apparently, his manager, Lawrence Trent, who's probably hiding his head right now, was playing some blitz against Magnus Carlsen, a rook up, and allowed Magnus to win 4 games. This is what chess players do after the tournament is over. Stay up till 5:30 in the morning playing blitz. And apparently there's some more stuff happening tonight, which is supposed to involve me. There's a hustle involved here. We'll see how that works out. I'd like to move on to Veselin Topolov. Veselin, you won the Grand Chess Tour inaugural event in Norway. You started off well here, but it didn't all come together. What are your thoughts now that the tournament is over?
Well, I simply collapsed physically, and now only now I realized in 2 years I didn't make it even once to the swimming pool. So next
Swimming
year
pool of the
I
chase?
think that's my ambitions for next year. To at least once to the gym and swimming pool. But again, I think it's a normal result.
Your thoughts about the hospitality?
Well, it's been wonderful. First, last year was a bit strange for me. I didn't play for long in the States, but this year felt really great. Really. So,
Thank you. Alexander Grischuk, your first time here. Is it the first time you played in the United States?
No, it's not the first time I play in the United States, but it's the first time in St. Louis.
And what are your thoughts now that the tournament is over about the experience?
Oh, first of all, I really like the city. I mean, at least this area we are living at and play. I'm not sure about the other parts of the city. But,
you got the mayor right here. You're saying that in front of him.
Yeah, and so it was very nice. I mean, the very first thing is that I needed some electric adapter because you have different plugs in US than in Europe. And okay, so they told me to go to Euclid Street, and then I went to this Euclid Street, and I realized there are like 20 amazing-looking restaurants. So immediately I fell in love with St. Louis. Yeah, and then. I really enjoyed here, both just being here and playing. And yesterday, I was witnessing something special, yeah.
Lawrence, you've really done something special to make all these grandmasters smiling. It's almost like the tournament didn't happen. They just like that event. Maxime Bascillica from France, you had a pretty decent tournament. Nice result, continuing result from Norway. What are your thoughts on this tournament?
Well, in general, I had a great time. I really enjoyed myself, just like last year. I was also more familiar with the city, so that was good. And of course, once the tournament was over, apart from my chess result, I also had the pleasure of not being the only one getting some bad beating. Lawrence was there to give me company.
Your thoughts about the tour so far as well? There's 2 legs that have passed. What are your thoughts as this thing is now going into the London Chess Classic?
Well, in general, it's been fun. I also have something to prove here compared to the other guys who are playing. I was the worst rated player here, so of course I had things to prove. I proved some things, and I hope it will keep on in London, but it will not be easy as well.
Anish Giri from Holland, the youngest player in the competition, the youngest player in the Grand Chess Tour, and he's won the title as the most dapper player, thanks of course to his lovely wife Sopiko. Anish, you had a great event in London. Pretty solid result here. Your thoughts about the tournament as a whole and the Grand Chess Tour itself?
Well, it's already difficult after so many people have said all the nice adjectives about the tournament and the place. My vocabulary is not enough to introduce something new. But of course, it's been great to visit this place. I have little complaints. The area is great. A lot of different food to eat, although really a lot of Mexican food as well. At some point I was trying to find not a Mexican restaurant, and it.
Were you Donald Trump?
It's delicious. Yeah. No. But the weather was quite difficult because there is this seducing park right nearby, a huge one, and if you walk there for too long under heat, it's quite tough. But I think even the best organizers are yet to find ways to deal with the weather. Otherwise, of course, it's been a great experience, and my tournament was interesting. I won the first game, and then I made so many draws I already forgot how I managed to win that game, actually. So, but otherwise, yeah, it's well, I cannot complain too much, maybe.
Thank you. Let's move to our third place finisher on tie breaks. Of course, it was a tie for second place. The U.S. #1 player, Hikaru Nakamura. Nakamura, this is your home. I mean, you're the homeboy here, home favorite. You played an up and down sort of tournament, but you came back at the end and won a big game. What are your thoughts about once again being able to represent the United States here in St. Louis?
Well, I think for me it's really amazing to see how far American chess has come. Because growing up, when I was just a lowly master, trying to make my way in the chess world, my parents helped me out and they sent me off to a lot of tournaments in Europe, and so growing up I had to play in Europe all the time, and so certainly being able to come back and play tournaments in the U.S. It all started in 2009, of course, with the U.S. Championship, the first year that St. Louis hosted it, and just to see how far everything has come here, it's amazing. And the fact that I can represent America here on home soil, it's always very special because I've spent so many years playing abroad and doing everything, having the chance to play here at home. There's nothing like it. So I find it to be a really special experience, even though I tend not to play my best chess in St. Louis, but. Nevertheless, it's always a pleasure being here and representing America.
Well said. We'll move on to the world champion, Magnus Carlsen, who Anish Giri complained that you have a clothing sponsor, so you have to wear that jacket. Do you have a response to Anish's gripe?
Well, I don't have to. I just want to be a bit apart from the rest. That's all.
Okay. You definitely did not perform to your standards at this event, and it was a really roller coaster for you after Norway and now this event. What are your thoughts now that it's concluded, and what do you need to do different as you move forward?
I'm very happy to take second place in this tournament with +1 and to be ahead of Anish in the standings, despite having scored 2 less points. That takes, I think, some time, and I'm very happy about everything.
Anish, you have a response to that?
I never said so near to Magnus on a press conference, so I'm not going to respond to that now.
Magnus, as the leading player in the world, the Grand Chess Tour is a big vision. What do you see the significance and the importance of this tour as we move forward into London and to years to come?
I think the tour has great potential, but I think we haven't seen the best of it yet. I mean, to be honest, there has been some growing pains, but I think all of these 3 tournaments in themselves are great, and there will be more ones to be added, so I think it has great potential.
Finally, we heard about some blitz last night. Apparently, you beat Lawrence Trent down a rook in a bunch of games. What's up with that?
That has been spoken about enough already. I'm not one who likes to brag about my own conquests. That's a lie, but
I heard that you might want to take me on tonight. Is that what I heard?
No, I actually have a different proposal. That's not going to happen, Maurice. I decided that was a bad bet. But I think tonight we should reverse
the game, so that Lawrence is the one who has a rook less, but now his opponent will be another Carlsen. It will be my father instead.
Poor Lawrence. I know. Lawrence immediately tweeted his loss to you, which is pretty impressive that he was willing to do that.
He likes the attention. I mean, even bad PR is good PR. And I don't think he even considers it bad PR.
All right, thank you for that. Let's get back to the real chess tournament. The winner of the Grand Chess Tour's second leg, the Sinquefield Cup, Levon Aronian, having decided that he no longer needs lucky facial hair now that the tournament is over, looking quite clean, quite handsome. Your feelings about winning the Sinquefield Cup?
First of all, I actually, in connection with what you said, I actually, because my opponents are so tough, I didn't really have time to have a shave, and so I'm sorry. I'm sorry to my opponents that they had to look at me and get scared, But generally, I love being here. I really like going into different cities around the United States and seeing the architecture. And when it comes to St. Louis, I think there are not many places where you can see such beautiful buildings preserved and just next to beautiful park. So this for me feels like part of home. Yeah, definitely in America it feels like home. Another thing I want to mention is the hospitality of everybody at the club. And, somehow I think it's kind of a virus. People are so nice and so lovely that even the American players they were really hospitable to me. And I could feel their love. So. And to conclude my little speech, I want to say that, as I already mentioned to Rex and Jeannie, in history of chess, there were, I don't know anybody who sponsored chess with so much love and with the feeling that they don't really want anything back from chess. So I want to thank Jeannie and Rex Sinquefield for their support, and I want to say that for me, every time I come here and I see them, I'm very happy. I know that our game is respected and loved and will flourish as long as their work is continuing. Thank you.
Beautifully said. I'll let others get a chance to ask.
I'm going to do what I did last year and seek a very quick response from all of the players. I'm curious, if you could purchase anything, a car, whatever, or cross an item off your bucket list, but using only your winnings from this tournament, what would you pick, what would you buy, or what would you do?
We'll go from the left. Maxime. Could you take the microphone, please?
January is a busy time of the year for chess, so it's a problem every time, but I really want to go to Australia, visit it, watch the Australian Open at the same time, and, enjoy life, but I never have the occasion.
Yeah, I think with my earnings in this tournament, probably a vacation or something like that would be a better idea. Actually quite similar. I was thinking of New Zealand.
Yeah, I think I'd buy a goat. Because I think I could probably afford it with the money I earned. And to be honest, this goat, I think, would see tactics better than me.
Okay. I mean, I don't have anything special to say, so probably I would just go on a vacation like Vichy. So nothing. Maybe when I win something like Millionaire, then I'll have a better response.
With my earning from here, I think I would buy maybe a piece of art, and there are experts as Rex and Jeannie, they can recommend me, you know. So
I don't think you can afford the art in their home, though.
I don't think so. Maybe a tiny piece.
Anish?
Well, for me, it's a real question because I'm coming back to almost an empty house, which has to be taken care of. So unlike other people, I'll really have to think about it. So I will think about it.
I'll probably buy a new bike for Peter. He needs a faster one to keep up.
Peter Hein Nielsen, yes. You're one of his seconds. Yes,
for me, it's hard to tell because I'm the last place. And in terms of vacation, I think we already spent, family and I already spent a healthy amount of time here in St. Louis. We've been around the zoo, which is really fantastic, and it's free for now. So, really love it. Maybe Maurice, I'll answer your question once I win tournaments like this.
Yeah, you know, in a very famous Soviet animation movie, Prostokvashino, they said in order to spend something, you first need to earn something. And in order to earn something, you need to perform better than I did.
Well, in my case, it's a question I should ask to my wife. She's waiting on the airport, and we'll see. We have between the World Cup in Baku 5 days. So we'll see.
Anyone else? All right, well, I think, you have a question in the back? No? Well, that concludes my side of the press conference, and we'll hand it back to Tony.
We have the space aliens coming in, it sounds like. So now the moment we've all been waiting for. Excuse me. And that is to recognize our top 3 finishers in the 2015 Sinquefield Cup. In third place, the chess player who inspires me to play tactically and aggressively and go for the win in every game, Grandmaster, St. Louis's own, Hikaru Nakamura. Hikaru, if you could stand. And as I call out your name, if you don't mind kind of moving to the front here, Mayor Slade, Jeannie, and Rex will pose for a picture. And, yeah. Man, King's Indian defense. How come you can play it like that? In second place, the chess player who has taught me that I will never fully understand the game of chess, no matter how hard I try, but it's still beautiful to watch, our world champion, Magnus Carlsen. And finally, the 2015 Sinquefield Cup champion, the Grandmaster who has taught me what it means to have the ability to play chess brilliantly and at the same time be humble, demonstrating amazing sportsmanship and be a true ambassador for the game, Grandmaster Levon Aronian. And Levon, if you have any other remarks to add?
I thought I said my speech, but I am granted possibility to thank everybody again. Chess club is not just a building. Without the people who are there every day, I mean, even the most primitive work, you cannot have a chess club without people really loving everybody who enters that house. Because our game is, in some way, I think, is a spiritual game. Because two people get in a contract and in a contact, and it's some kind of a dialogue without words. So, in order to have a good chess game, you need to have the spirit of friendliness, in my opinion. So, and everybody, all the volunteers, and everybody who works at the club, Randy with your wonderful work, and the commentators that are here, you guys did an amazing job making this tournament as special as this. And of course, I would like to thank Rex and Jeannie for their support, and I hope this tournament will go down in history as one of Aronian's good wins that will follow year after year. Just kidding. Thank you.
Once again, thank you all for joining us here at the 2015 Sinquefield Cup. Make sure to stay tuned to GrandChessTour.com for all of the upcoming information about the 2016 Grand Chess Tour, and we'll see you in London in December. Oh, we'll see you tomorrow at Ultimate Moves, where I have to say, I don't know. This is going to be one heck of a competition. I wonder who's going to win heckling and the trash talking back and forth. Yeah, check it out tomorrow, GrandChessTour.com. Take care.